So, Steve, you gotten used to that BC up there and the BC on the uniform yet, or are you still bleeding a little bit green out there?
I think I'm used to it. I'm definitely used to the guys I'm playing with, and that's part playing for them and playing for everyone we competed against in provincials now.
Right. Obviously, you and Jim go way back. I know you're friendly off the ice as well. But being a teammate, have you gained any kind of new appreciation for him as a curler that maybe you didn't have as an opponent before?
I've known for a long time that Jim's an amazing curler, and he's shown that all season. So yeah, just not really surprised by that, but definitely getting to see it firsthand is pretty neat.
Right. And you guys being 2-0 at this stage in the Tim Hortons Brier, I don't think you could ask for anything more in terms of a record, but I know, knowing you guys, you believe there's still room for improvement.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, we've probably brought our B game the first two outings, and we need to be a little bit better. We got some tough games coming up, but I mean, to get away with that a little bit and still get the wins is nice too.
All right, Ben, did you guys accomplish what you needed to accomplish besides the W out there tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that was a lot better game for us than our first game. Ice was awesome. I mean, they're doing such a great job here. We just have to get a little bit. We haven't played on ice this good in a long time, to be honest with you. So it was a treat out there. Just finding our draw weight, and it held up the whole game. So, once you get that in your back pocket, you're throwing them good. You're going to get some results out there. And yeah, BJ and Kevin played really good that game. When your back end plays good, you normally win. So a good start for us. I mean, that Ontario team, I don't know too much about them, but heck of a run they had at provincials and beating the teams they beat and having such a great year on tour, getting into slams. We knew they were going to be tough, so that's a good win for us.
Kev made it pretty clear last night that he wasn't impressed with his own game last night. He got the win, but gave some points away. What was the debrief like last night as a team, and what did you see out of the skipper today?
Yeah, debrief was don't worry about Kevin. He's a Brier player, and he's going to be here for the boys when we need him. And he played great out there today. And yeah, I just struggled on a couple spots last night, but he's the last guy I'm worried about. I promise you that. He's the reason we're here. He's the reason I've done well in some other Briers. So obviously, I'm not concerned. He had it back today, and we're looking forward to get going again.
You've been to a few of these things, and you're hungry every time you come to a Brier. But does it help the hunger factor that you guys have two new guys on the team? Does that kind of revitalize you guys, or is it never a factor anyways?
Oh no, I mean that's. Once you get to the Brier, I think that it's easy to get your juices flowing. And get up for these big games because you want to be there at the end of the week, and obviously winning them, you know how awesome that feeling is to be able to do it again. But having the new guys that haven't won the Brier, I mean that's certainly they give us an extra kick to say there's going to be no slacking from me and Kevin, I promise you that. But having those new young guys there to get us going is refreshing as well.
You are now a winning skip at the Tim Hortons Brier. I mean, that must be a pretty cool sensation to savor out there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, yeah. One thing to come out and just participate, but at least to have a win under the books is pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people probably didn't know anything about your team and didn't know what to expect out of you guys. What kind of expectations did you guys come here with?
I think a lot of the Scottish teams had the same outlook on the format, where you just want to make sure that you're getting through the championship round, and then you reevaluate from there. And that's been our goal from the start, is get to there, and then we can reassess. And
take a few teams by surprise along the way, because obviously their scouting reports will be, let's say, incomplete.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and especially because the last, I want to say half dozen times that Nova Scotia's come here, it's been Jamie Murphy 80% of the time and a couple other people, and you haven't seen much of us, so I think we'll surprise some people.
You had a tough day yesterday getting over some stomach viruses and whatnot. How did you feel out there today, and I imagine this will make everything better as well?
Oh, 100%. I'm still maybe operating at about 70%, so I was really happy to get the win today. And yesterday we went to an extra end, and I didn't even think I was going to be able to play. I was in the washroom right before the game, and so to be out here actually playing and at least over 50% is pretty cool.
You, I'm sure, grew up watching the Brier on television. Might have even been to one or two in Halifax, I guess, and as a viewer. But now you've got a Purple Heart on your chest. You've got to win. The reality of being at the Brier as opposed to the fantasy, how do they compare?
Oh, it's definitely a total opposite. It's insane to actually be participating and be here and be rubbing shoulders with all these players that you watch all the time. I mean, to be there close watching is pretty cool, but to be playing against these guys is a whole other thing.
One cooey down, one to go, but that was a solid game for you guys.
Yeah, not bad. We're not quite getting the end set up the way we like, but I certainly like how Mark and Brett are throwing it. I think they're throwing it as good as they have all year, so that gives me a lot of confidence. And I know Jeff's going to come around and start playing the way Jeff normally does. And like the ice is good. No frost worries, which is really nice. The speed is good. Lots of curl. All positive.
This isn't the Sunday you're worrying about, though. It's obviously everything's building towards next Sunday in terms of your guys peaking when you need to peak.
No, absolutely, but you got to peak soon because tomorrow we got a big day with Cotter and Cooey, and you like to say you're building towards Sunday, but you got to be there all week. Otherwise, you don't get to Sunday. So, we're close. I like the feel. I'm starting to feel more and more comfortable with the ice and where to put the broom, and like how the guys are throwing it. So we just got to put it all together now and start making a few more shots. But I certainly like what I'm seeing.
Some of that was reminiscent of the way you were talking 2 years ago in St. John's, and you reached a point where you had to push a panic button, so to speak, and there was an internal discussion. Yeah. Are you close to that point, or?
Oh my God, no. We're nowhere near that point. That was an extremely different situation. I think right now we're just not all firing on all cylinders, but we're doing a lot of the right things. So. You keep doing the right things, eventually everybody will start kicking. What happened 2 years ago, we weren't doing the right things. So completely different situation. I'm not anywhere near pushing the panic button. I actually kind of like where we're at. I think we're getting there. I think we can take another step, and hopefully we do that tomorrow.